Wada, when it comes to the matter of the Constitution of the Republic of Kenya and the removal of Chief Justice Martha Koome, and together with all other judges and justices from the Supreme Court of Kenya, it's a matter that has caught the attention of the whole nation at large. But the question that a lot of Kenyans are asking, what is the stand of President William Ruto in this? Or what is the long play? Because there must be an end goal to all of these that we are hearing. Are we together? So, je, mchezo, the final game of President William Ruto and the rest ni gani? If Chief Justice Martha Koome gets out or is removed as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya, then what next? Who will take that position? And who will defend William Ruto if they take the position as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya? Now come back to the discussion that we had earlier. Let's go back to the National Assembly. Remember, a few weeks ago, the National Assembly ruled that the majority in Parliament are Azimio la Umoja, and Azimio la Umoja should take their rightful role as the majority in what? In the Parliament of the day. So, if Azimio la Umoja is to take the majority role, remember Baba Raila Amolo Odinga lost his position as which he was running to become the chairman of the AU, the African Union. He lost that position. So he has returned for the first time in the country today, and he has met with President William Ruto. But now, there is a strategy that must be laid out to satisfy the needs of Raila Amolo Odinga as purported in the broad-based government. Are we together? So currently, Moses Wetangula, the Speaker of the National Assembly, went ahead to quash and to do away with the ruling that was made by a bench of 3 judges of the High Court of Kenya, where he went ahead to continue declaring that Kenya Kwanza are the majority in Parliament, and the positions that had been taken by one Junet Mohammed and Millie Odhiambo, they were removed, and Osoro together with Kimani Ichung'wah took their place. Now, let's get back to this. When you look at it in a broader picture, as we speak right now, after the first petition to impeach Moses Wetangula as the Speaker of the National Assembly was barred from even the motion was even censored before it made its way to the National Assembly. Another petition now, as of today, has been launched against him at the High Court of Kenya, where the petitioners are seeking the removal of Moses Wetangula because he cannot continue holding the position as the Speaker of the National Assembly, and yet he continues to hold a role as the party leader of Fort Kenya. Are we together? So this petition, if they are to find the magnitude that they need, then Wetangula will have to be kicked out as the Speaker of the National Assembly. If Wetangula is to be kicked out as the Speaker of the National Assembly, the person who is rightfully to take that role is none other than Professor Otiende Amolo. Otiende Amolo is a member of Parliament of Rarienda, who is also an ally to Raila Amolo Odinga and one of the greatest legal minds that we have in the country. So if Professor Otiende Amolo takes over as the Speaker of the National Assembly, that means now we will have Junet Mohammed as the leader of majority and Millie Odhiambo as the leader of as the majority whip in Parliament. Then Akina Kimani Ichung'wah can now take the roles as the minority in Parliament as the Kenya Kwanza team. Now, if Moses Wetangula is removed as the Speaker of National Assembly, Moses Wetangula should fight, President William Ruto should fight a place of accommodating Moses Wetangula in his government, because they had a memorandum of understanding, a MOU. They end a memorandum of understanding where they all signed signatures, Moses Wetangula, Musalia Mudavadi, and William Ruto, when they decided to enter into the Kenya Kwanza coalition. So Moses Wetangula, if he is removed, he deserves to be accommodated in William Ruto's government. And what is the best way to accommodate somebody like Moses Wetangula, who is a puppet of President William Ruto? He is a lawyer. He is somebody that has served as as an advocate of the Law Society of Kenya for the longest time, and so he also have a he has a track record can make him to be accommodated as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. If Martha Koome is removed by the petitions that have been relayed at the High Court, and Martha Koome ceases to hold office as the Supreme Court, as the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, then somebody that will be instilled there will be none other than Moses Wetangula. If Moses Wetangula is to take that role as the Supreme Court, as the President of the Supreme Court of Kenya, then the other person is the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly, this lady who was a former women representative, Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. Who is she? The Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly is Gladys Boshole. Now, for them to balance, this team will be taken out from the National Assembly and it will be put in as the team that will replace Chief Justice Martha Koome and the Deputy Chief Justice of the Supreme Court, that is Lady Justice Philomena Mwilu. So what does this tell you? It tells us in general that if these people are instilled in those positions, then now the puppetry government will have taken over the executive, the legislature, and also the judiciary. Which means the executive controls these two other bodies of government, which is the legislature, the parliament, the National Assembly, and the Senate. Then they will control the judiciary, which includes the Court of Appeal, the High Court of Kenya, and the Supreme Court of Kenya. Now, William Ruto will have a footing in all these institutions. If he has a footing in all these institutions, even if we vote against him come the year 2027 and William Ruto is defeated, he can go ahead and file a case at the Supreme Court of Kenya seeking to, on the basis of irregularities in the year 2027, and having people as judges of the Supreme Court who are in support of William Ruto or who are his puppets, then Kenyans will never find a fair ruling. And that is why a lot of people are mad at Professor Kithure Kindiki due to what he has said, yet they know that Professor Kithure Kindiki is sailing on the same boat as President William Ruto, together with the other people who have been intimidating Martha Koome as the Chief Justice of the Republic of Kenya. Professor Kithure Kindiki has said the Chief Justice and the Supreme Court judges will be defended not because of their ethnicity, but because they attempt to bring down an entire Supreme Court for its decisions undermines the independence of judges, threatens the rule of law, and fatally injures the underwriter of our democracy. And that is what Kithure Kindiki said. And earlier, he had also claimed this. Allow me to read it loud and clear to you. He said the removal of a judge from office is purely constitutional matter and not a political or ethnic issue. Accusers and defenders of judges must use constitutional and legal arguments not to state their positions, rather than trivializing such a weighty legal matter by bringing in ethnicity into the question. Who defends the judges who may be innocent but do not have the ethnic godfathers? Now, that is what has been relayed. Now, the process of removing a Chief Justice in Kenya is outlined in Article 168 of the Constitution of Kenya. 2010. It involves the following steps. Number one, grounds for removal. A Chief Justice or any judge may be removed from office for, number one, inability to perform duties due to mental or physical incapacity. Number two, breach of the code of conduct for judges. Number three, bankruptcy. Number four, incompetency. Number five, gross misconduct or misbehavior. Now, number two, petition for removal. Any persons can file a petition with the Judicial Service Commission, the JSC, detailing the alleged misconduct or incapacity of the Chief Justice. Number three, JSC reviews. Are we together? JSC reviews the petition. If it finds sufficient grounds, it submits a recommendation to the president for a form of a tribunal, to form a tribunal. Number four, appointment of a tribunal. The president appoints a tribunal to investigate the matter. The tribunal consists of a chairperson who must be a serving or retired judge of a Supreme Court, at least 3 other judges or former judges, 1 advocate of 15 years plus years standing, 2 other persons with experience in public affairs. Number 5, tribunal investigation and suspension. The Chief Justice is suspended with the tribunal conduct while the tribunal conducts its investigation. The tribunal gives the accused a fair hearing. After the investigation, the tribunal makes recommendations to the president. Number 6, president's decision. If the tribunal recommends removal, the president must remove the Chief Justice from the office. If the tribunal does not find grounds for removal, the Chief Justice is reinstated. But I tell you, if the tribunal is formed by President William Ruto, we all know what they will find. We all know that President William Ruto won't take the standing of defending Chief Justice Mother Koome. He will seek that she is kicked out. Are we together? And then there comes the puppet Moses Wetangula together with Gladys Boshole taking over the Supreme Court. They had been ruling the legislature. Now they have been brought to the judiciary. What is your take? Leave your comment in the comment section. Tell me what you think about this. Yeah, my good name is FK Mwenda. This is KDR TV, ukipenda Kenya Daily Report TV. Subscribe.